So I signed up to coach my boys' soccer team. Not the head coach, but the assistant kind of role. I've got enough things going on. I didn't want to be the head, but I said I'd be happy to help, right? And anyway, I've been thinking about coaching a lot as of late. I played soccer as a kid. I played all throughout growing up. I played into high school. I continued to play into adulthood some. And one of the weird things that happens when you coach soccer is the role of the coach. Soccer doesn't have timeouts. There are very few set plays. There are very few opportunities to do a trick play or any kind of thing that involves moving pieces, unlike, say, basketball or football. So as a coach, you're in this weird play where you work on skills during practice, and then during the game, you kind of let them go. I wouldn't say I don't do anything. We substitute players at this age, and it's the stage where everyone plays every position, so we sub a lot, but I have little effect on what's going on in the field. I'm mostly an overgrown cheerleader who gives a kid a break to grab some water as I sub them out. And honestly, that's got me thinking about the church, right, and how we function here. Look, there are models of the churches and of the church broadly that function more like a football team. It's run from a central place where a coach or the quarterback calls all the shots and coordinates what's going on. Everyone on the team does their part, right? But it's run through a central thing. And one of the things I've loved over the 2 years I've been here is that we function more like a soccer team than a football team. The part of who we are is that we don't want this organization to be where anything lives or dies based on one person, where it's a scenario where we have a genius with a million helpers. But if we're going to become who God longs for us to be, it needs to be not a top-down leadership model, but a bottom-up one. If we're going to live into the missional call of Jesus in our lives that calls us to be like Christ and to go out and serve the world around us, then we all have to be empowered to act. Right? Do you see that problem? What can you do when you see something as a disciple? We want to encourage you to go fix it. See a tension, an opportunity, a place where we can move. The response shouldn't be, what can my church do here now? But what can others do? It should be, what can I do? What is God calling me to do? And then the role of the church in all of that is to serve like the coach and a cheerleader and encourage and empower you in your calling to act. This whole thing isn't top down. It's not built around a program or a person. It's the church telling you what to do. It's empowering you what to do. And the question then becomes, how do we respond in this time, in this place, to the opportunities that each of us sees before us? The book of Ephesians lays this out, right? It talks about it in chapter 4, verse 11. Where it says, so Christ gave himself to the apostles, some to be prophets, evangelists, the pastors and the teachers, to equip the people for the work of service so that the body of Christ may be built up until we all reach unity in the faith and knowledge of the Son of God and become mature, attaining the whole measure and fullness of Christ, right? And to be honest, that's what the church does. It equips people. It isn't top down. It's not the military. It's bottom up. It's like a soccer team. We are all out there and playing. And the question is, what does the central brain want us to do? It's what are we called to do? And the role of the church then is to equip and support. So friends, wherever you find yourself this week, where you see heartbreak or opportunity or moments to celebrate or moments to rejoice, we want to encourage you to live as the church. And then if there are things that we as staff members or team leaders or leadership can do to help you live your call as disciples, we want to come alongside you. We want to help sub you out and give you a break when you're tired. We want to help you think strategy. And at the same time, the work of the church, like on a soccer team, is done out on the field. And it's not done behind closed rooms and closed doors. It is the work we all do together as we all play on the same team. So this week, friend, grace and peace. Have a good one. We'll see you around.